So I just want to start by saying that like nothing in this video is sponsored. I just really liked these products, and I don't even usually do any kind of product review videos or anything like that. So for one, I apologize if the quality of this is terrible. But I mean, I got these and I really didn't expect them to be anything good whatsoever, and like maybe they would do the absolute bare minimum I needed them to do, and that would have been perfectly fine with me. But they've actually ended up being really nice, so wanted to share it with people. These are actually foldable keyboards, and one of them actually was a mouse and keyboard combo. They're made by a company called Protoarc. I don't know how well you can see that there. It's just available on Amazon. I'll put links in the description. This top one here is the one that came with the mouse. And then this one, it was just by itself. There's a couple of different, like they look really similar except for like this one being like black and this one being gray, but there are actually a couple of other differences between them that I'll go through. First off, mouse, it's just standard mouse. Has a USB dongle here in the bottom, but you don't actually have to use that. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed here. As you can see, there's a little button here. I don't know if I can get it to focus real well. But it has where you can switch between USB for like the little dongle, or there's Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2. So like for instance on mine, I actually have my work computer set up to one and my personal computer set up to the other one, so like I can switch out my laptop on the dock that I set it on, and I can just hit this button and switch which computer it's working with. I can kind of show that here. So like, and it's a recessed button, so you're not gonna like accidentally hit it just while you're generally using the mouse. So that's nice. And then it has a USB-C recharge, so there is no batteries, it's just a rechargeable mouse. Really nice. As for the keyboard, for the most part, they visually look fairly similar. It's just a nice kind of lean, full-size keyboard. You've got your full number pad. One thing that did kind of throw me off on this is that like there's not like a separate insert button. It's down here, kind of like an FN, or like I mean you use like numlock to like switch between like these ones. But I mean that's, you know, insert's not a key that you tend to use very frequently. I use it a little bit because of my accessibility stuff I do, but you know, it's not too big a deal. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, you know, it's kind of just a normal full-size keyboard. You've got FN, so it's the full-size laptop keyboard, I should specify. And then up here, you've got these three little yellow buttons, and it's the same as like what's on the mouse. There's the USB, Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2. So again, like I can just sit here, and when I switch out my laptop on the dock, I can just switch between devices really nice and easy. Folds up really nice and compact. So it works really great because I do a lot of traveling to talk at conferences. And that was actually the reason I initially got it, because my personal laptop that I use right now is, it's got a couple of keys that are messed up on it, and I just don't feel like replacing the keyboard in the laptop, so instead I just have this that I have whenever I like need to be in a situation where I need that keyboard functioning properly. Oh, another key thing on this one is this one, aside from like some of the indicator lights, so like for like when you switch between like what devices like it's connecting to, it is not backlit otherwise. Just like you just have like a few like little indicator lights across the top here, and Whereas on the second one that I got, and again, this one just came as the keyboard itself. It didn't come as part of like a keyboard mouse combo. I kind of wish it did in a way, but at the same time, it really doesn't hinder me at all. The only exception would be if I wanted to use the dongle for some reason instead of Bluetooth. I wouldn't be able to connect this to that dongle. I'd only be able to use the dongle for the mouse. This one, thing you'll kind of quickly notice is it is backlit. It's not as obvious right now just because I do have the flash on this phone camera, so, but you can kind of see it, like especially up here near the top. And I love that, and that was actually the big reason I got this one, because when I have my keyboard up here, there's a little bit of a lip here, and it often casts a bit of a shadow, especially if I don't have the lights up full brightness in the room. And so I was making some weird typing mistakes because I don't touch type the way you're supposed to based on what they taught me in school. But that I like having the backlit for that. And then up here again, well, first off, you'll notice too, it is like a full-size laptop keyboard, just like the other one with the full number pad. And then it has these 3 buttons up here. They're just silver instead of yellow. Kind of wish they were still yellow because I like having that high contrast for these 3 buttons, but I mean technically this is high contrast with the rest of the keys too. And I apologize, my light just went out on my phone because I guess it got too hot. But these, it's the same as on that other. I can sit here and hit it and it'll switch between the devices. Right now this first and second one blink, whereas like this one doesn't, and that's just because I don't have those two actually set up to devices. I only have this one for right now, which I'll actually need to switch it to this one because I inadvertently forgot that these are all 3 Bluetooth and set my first one up with that. That being said, as I just mentioned, these are all 3 Bluetooths. You have 3 different Bluetooth devices that you can potentially pair it up with. My one nitpick with these is that there isn't a way to, like, you don't have like little feet or anything on the bottom of the keyboard that you can use to like have it angled up or anything. You'll notice like there's these like little metal pieces right here, but that's just part of the hinges that allow it to fold and unfold. So that would be kind of nice if it did have like some option for that. They do both come with, they come with, of course, USB-C cable for charging, but they do also each come with like this little stand, but this is not a stand for the keyboard. This is so that like if you are using this with like a phone or a tablet, you could set that phone or tablet in this and then like connect the keyboard to it and use that, or the mouse, whatever, depending on the device you're using. So that's kind of, it's useful, but it just, and of course the flash comes back on. But again, this is like for like the devices that you're connecting the keyboard to. It doesn't go to a low enough angle to be useful for letting the keyboard itself sit upright at all. Now, another nice thing that these come with, and I will just go move this over here to the side for a second. The backlit one came with this kind of a faux leather sort of case. And I say faux leather like it's a bad thing, but I mean it's actually, it's not bad. It's, it's gonna hold up for a bit at least. It's got a nice little magnetic clasp, and it's got the little pocket in here so that you can put the keyboard in it. So that's kind of nice. The not backlit one, I actually kind of like the case on the non-backlit one. It's kind of a sort of a hard shell sort of case. So a little extra protection, but then also it has like the pocket that I've got the little stand in right now. It's got that one, and then it has like a little pocket here and here for like the keyboard to sit here and the mouse to be able to sit up here. So it's just really kind of nice, like it. Again, you know, it was something that I didn't, honestly, especially with it being a brand I'd never heard about, I did not expect it to be good, but it actually wasn't too bad, and the pricing was reasonable. I felt like on it. I think at least on the non-backlit one, it was like 60 some bucks or something for like the keyboard mouse combo, which, you know, is fairly on point for a mouse keyboard combo. You can get some that are cheaper, but they're not going to be all nice and fold up with the multiple like device connections necessarily. So highly recommend. And again, the other thing is that they don't offer the backlit one as a mouse and keyboard combo, so that kind of stinks. But, you know, I mean, it's a trade-off, and not a serious one. So I'll put the links in the description. They will be Amazon associate links. If you don't want to use those, obviously you can just go to Amazon and you can search for Protoarc, which is Protoarc. And you can look them up that way. They do have a lot of other devices. These are just some foldable ones I found from them that I really liked. Bye.